Okay, welcome. Good morning and good evening. Anna from Vietnam also same the time, 9 a.m. And Victor from Mexico, it's 8 p.m., right? Sunday, 8. Francisco, 8. Okay, Brian, so we have the same, the opposite, 9 p.m.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well, like I give you the information, our topic is about the existence. So in this place, we can discuss together. Discuss if you want to have question, maybe we can help each other for answer the question. For me, also still learning about the existence and some part of that I also just knew. So that's why we learn together. And the question that I share to you, okay, wait for it. Wait a moment. Brian, can you help me for share the question? So do you still have the question?
There are the first one.
Four of them.
Well,
it's okay, the first one, one by one. It's because we need to scroll up.
for example, there are three most popular explanations about the existence. So this materialistic one or scientific one, there are some that are provided by Western religions, yeah, and there are philosophical ones as well. So the question is, which position do you hold?
Okay, you can answer first in your perception, in your answer.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I do believe that, for example, science, I am a Christian believer. So that means I believe in God. But I don't reject science because science is important. You know, the scientific revolution was started by Christians. And most of the Nobel Prize were Christians who got them. So the Christians started that scientific revolution, and Christianity is not opposed to science. So that is a myth. People who think or who believe that they are opposed, they don't know what they think about, what they talk about, because they are not opposed to each other. So something important to keep in mind as well is that, for example, I believe that God created the universe and the human beings as well, but doesn't. But the scientific explanation about the beginning of the world is valid as well. So they are not opposite, because, for example, God created the world, but he put some physical laws in the universe in order to make some functions. So that's why they are not, they don't contradict each other. So I believe God created the universe and the human beings, and I believe that there is a scientific explanation about that beginning as well, and they are not opposed to each other. So I hold the religious belief that there is a creator, but not based in a religious belief that is without without a foundation, but based on the evidence, because there are sample evidence about the existence of that God. So I know there are people who disagree, but that is not a problem because we can discuss those topics, and I think we can learn from each other because it's important to have a open mind and to listen to what other people can teach us.
Okay. Yeah. But some scientists also they don't believe in God. But like maybe we are kind different people here. So we believe in science also and God. So that's why I invite you if you want to have other opinions when Brian, for example, when Brian give explanation, or if you want to share the picture, I already make you the co-host so you can share the picture here. So it's okay. We have free discussion over here. We never judge each other in this part, even though we talk about God. I know you guys open mind person, so open mind people. So we don't to need to argue about our God and we are the best and blah blah blah. So just share this discussion. Okay, thank you so much, Brian. How about Francisco?
Well, for me, I also believe in God, but and I also like science. Um, but I believe in God, but I don't believe in sometimes in some people that they trust in God because sometimes they use God in their purposes, in bad purposes. So that's why I don't. Sometimes I don't trust in 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 people that believe in God because sometimes they change like kind of like the truth.
Mhm.
Uh, I also like the scientific explanation as well, as I said. I think that I agree with Brian. I think that many religious people they are science, and it doesn't mean that they were not right. Um, what else? But I think that uh, sometimes, well, religion and scientific subject, they are like I mean, they will never be able to like meet up. Like like this is the right way, so this is the scientific explanation, and it's also the religious explanation. So they cannot like be together. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
I see. Yeah, I do. I ever met people that science and religion, they said that cannot to be united together. But in my opinion, it's totally wrong because I learned both of them, science also religion. So it means like science include the religion, religion also include science. Both of them we cannot divide it. We cannot separate them. It's because they are, make them strong together to prove that this existence. So, but maybe a lot of people that they not learn much only in the cover. Some of people only learn on the beginning, so they just directly judge that if you believe in God, you should stop learning science. If you learning science, it means you don't believe in God. Yeah, a lot of people said to me like that. But I want to make other ways. So I want to make other things. It means like different one. I want to prove that science and religion is it's one. You can unite it together. It's because in this word, in this beautiful word, we have a lot of explanation like that. Okay, how about you, Victor?
Okay, it's interesting. Interesting question. Because yeah, as many people say, the if you believe in God, uh, you're not right. But I don't think so. And many people say if you are a studying scientist, you can't believe in God. but it's not true, because actually when you are studying, or you are studying about the nature, about the universe, about the earth, you are understand how it's create all the things, how it's made all, because when you're studying the universe or the earth, or about the some animals, for example, it's something, it's not easy, or how do you say, it's not easier to create something, because many scientists studied animals for creates things. For example, cars, airplanes, wherever, need to copy the nature. So for that reason, I think that when you're studying the nature or the universe, you need to have faith also, and you can strengthen your faith in God. In my case, I believe in God, and I believe that scientists also have has a faith, but only the question, or the problem is, they want they don't want to uh, say that they has a faith, because it's controversial when some scientists say that, and the people say why. Yeah, but in my case, I think we all of us, we are created by God at the beginning, and if you don't have a proof, I don't think so. We have a many proof. If you are exploring the nature, you exploring the earth, you exploring around you, you can find all the creation. It's specific. Yeah, and we 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 don't create, or we don't have a product of the random. Yeah. So how many, like how many people say that is because people don't have a uh, don't have the opportunity to study all the things. So for that reason, I think my faith it's in God, and also in the scientists, because the scientists prove the reality of the power of the God. Yeah, it's in my opinion. I think it's not controversial. I think many scientists has a faith, but they don't recognize that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, I do agree with that. Some of scientists faith has in faith but didn't recognize it's because of other things. For example, like afraid of something, or they just afraid of other things. Because also it happens to me for the first time when I learned this topic. Maybe 2 years ago, I don't believe in one of between science and the religion is difficult for me for make it balance. But after I learning every day, learn and learn and then looking for something new, and oh the God of this is the answer. It's because sometimes we afraid of. Okay, so how about Luis?
Okay, well, uh, it is about existence, right? Well, first, I was I was taught in a doctrine called Alpha and Omega in Peru. It is a new revelation from God. It is written in 4,000 scroll, telepathic scroll. So in this sign, in this scripture, God reveals that everything was created in the universe. So life start from God. Life is a gift from God. God create in the kingdom of heaven, which is a place where everything is the expression of perfection. So there we were created as free spirits, innocent spirits, free of any philosophy. So we requested God to know life, because life are schools to experience different kinds of philosophy, science, different psychologies. So everything what exists on Earth and other planets and other places of the universe comes from God. When God's in the Bible, it's in the Bible, the parable that says, and God said, I don't remember, when he said, "May the light be," and the light was made, right? So there started life in the universe, because that command from God, make the light, and the light was, give a starting the solar existence. Life comes from the sun in the universe, because the sun gives life, as happened on Earth, right? The sun give us life because it gives us sunlight, give us heat for existence to be happy. So if I were a scientific, it would be more difficult not to believe in God, because scientists are discovering many things that has no explanation, but at the same time, those things that they discovery are wonderful things, like atom, like biology. In every area of study, they are always discovering many wonders. Life is wonderful. It's a wonder, right? So the science imitates the nature. When, for example, when the science invented the plane, they imitate the birds, how a bird can fly. So the scientific imitates the bird, and the bird is a creation from God. So God is the greatest scientist of the universe, because God created everything with his divine science. So science is not something apart from God. Both are necessary. Here we are talking about the spiritual realm and the material realm. That are the two essences of the universe, material and spiritual. But human science is just materialistic. That is where they limited their studies only in matter. But the universe is both spiritual and material, right? That is
Yes.
my first opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, in this world, we need a spiritual and material, and we also need that's why we need scientists and also God in our life.
So,
Thank you so much. How about Anna? Anna, are you there? She is busy. Anna used to this time for having breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
here.
really quite a busy day. Sorry for that. Oh, wow. I don't know, maybe four of them, I work and I actions follow the science. And science is something basic for every you believe and every based on the science. But inside you, in your mind, you always believe something. Your spirit believe about the God. So maybe I am part of them. If we just live and work by the science without the belief God or something like that, we will make the life is more difficult and so boring. You have to believe in something, and according to me, God is something nice and something you believe and will be guide you live in the right way. But then though if you live and work in scientists, sometimes you make wrong. You don't know what is action wrong, what is action right for you to follow. You don't know. You live like that. How can you survive? You eat, you drink, but how can you survive with happiness? And you feeling about your life, you have to believe God. And if you believe God, so your family like that, your children like that, and we will make a life connect between the two generation. You already know that if you have a children, so you get married and you have children, but how can you teach them? How can you love them? So you have to believe God. So it's special in Vietnam. It is an Asian country. We really believe God and um, believe God and believe in science. In science, sorry. If you just believe God, so how can you develop yourself? How can you open mind with knowledge? So I believe that. Even some people, they are told me, I don't have religion. I am atheist, but I believe inside them, they always believe in something special. When they have some bad situation, they feel so sad. They always pray for something in the future. Very nice will be happen to us. And the moment they believe God, it will guide them and make them overcome some difficult situation. So back to me, I power them. I am not between, I am part of them. I am believe in science and God and religion. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. Like Anna mentioned before, we are Asian, and Asian people mostly we just sometimes most of us believe in one part. For example, like most of us believe in God, it's only God, and they denial that scientists exist. And also it happened, they become cruel in the social media, they attack each other. It's because they only believe in God, not believe in science. But it's difficult to give them understand how the works between science and the religion, that they need each other. So it means like Francisco also mentioned before, sometimes we need something that combination. Sometimes we need like not, we cannot think logically. Sometimes we need think logically. It depends on the religion. For example, like why we sleep, why we eat, why we grow, why we live, and anything. And also Brian mentioned before, Louis mentioned before, and Victor, everyone. So it means like you need both. We need both of the God and also science to become like the science as materials in this world, like Louis mentioned, and the God for our spiritual. Because life, we have the our body that it's we call in science okay, but how about our soul? Our soul is our believer. Is our soul is our life natural. So we should believe in spiritual. I do believe in both of them. So that's why, for be honest, looking someone science research, science learners from Asia, it's so difficult because we only believe in one side. So that's why they don't believe in two sides.
I would like to add something. In fact, I would like to share. And
Yeah, of course, sure.
a fragment of one of my favorite books about that topic. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
And this is
Yes.
about what we were talking about. So
Oh my God.
the highlighted part. This guy, Richard Swinburne, I highly recommend it. He is a philosopher and he is one of the greatest thinker about philosophers about religion and the existence of God. He was professor in Oxford University of Oxford, and he says something like this. Well, this is William Lane Craig. This book is written by William Lane Craig, but he quotes Richard Swinburne here. As Richard Swinburne points out, there are two types of causal explanation: scientific explanation in terms of laws and initial conditions, and personal explanation in terms of agents and their volitions. For example, if I come into the kitchen and find the kettle boiling and I ask Jan, that is his wife, what is the kettle boiling? She might answer, the head of the flame is being conducted via the copper bottom of the kettle to the water, increasing the kinetic energy of the water molecules such that they vibrate, I don't know how to say, so violently that they break the surface tension of the water and are thrown off in the form of steam. Or she might say, I put it on to make a cup of tea. Would you like some? The first provides a scientific explanation, the second a personal explanation. Look at this. Each is a perfectly legitimate form of explanation. Indeed, in certain contexts, would be wholly inappropriate to give one rather than the other. So you see, there is room for both of them, and they are not opposed. And I highly recommend this book. It's called Reasonable Faith, and this is one of my favorite ones. And it's I highly recommend this book. It's a very good one. Reasonable Faith. It's he talks about cosmology, and he provides a scientific and philosophical explanation about that. And he talks about the meaning of life and other topics as well.
Oh, wow. I never read book in English like that. You are so awesome.
Dr. William Lane Craig holds 2 PhD, and he's an expert on those topics.
Okay, any additional, Brian?
Well, I want to say something about what
Hey,
Brian
sure.
shared. I really like the quote that Brian just shared because I never, to be honest, I never thought like that. And I think that it's a really good thinking because it sometimes I think that it depends on your insight, how you see like the world, the religion, how life works. It also depends on your background. For example, your culture, I don't know, your language, what your mom believed, what your dad believed, all your family. So I think that it also depends on your background. Um, and I think that I could like to read that book. It seems so interesting. To be honest, it seems also like it's a really complicated book to understand, even in my native language. But I would like to try in the future. And yeah, I think that it was a really good content that you share, Brian. Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Francisco, if you want to read a lot of book about scientists, Brian has a lot because I used to read together with Brian.
Oh
Oh,
no.
really? Oh,
Yeah, if you
okay.
want to ask any books, he has.
Brian, may I ask you why do you know a lot of books about like philosophic topics? Are you a philosopher or did you study something related to that?
Well, I became a Christian 10 years ago, and I started to read the Bible. And I had a lot of questions about the existence of those questions about that most most of people ask. For example, what is the meaning of life? Where did we come from? Uh, about the future, about the afterlife. So I started reading the Bible, but I am so curious that I say, what do I have to believe what the Bible says? I need an explanation. I need evidence. I need, a solid foundation in which I base my faith and my
Okay.
beliefs. So that's why I started to study something that is called apologetics. And
Okay.
I read books on apologetics, and I found plenty of answers. And then I started to study philosophy as well because um, apologetics is like the door to philosophy. Because and I discovered philosophy that 3 years ago, and I started to read some books. And I love, for example, the topic of epistemology, this topic on the what is the nature of truth. And I love metaphysics as well. In fact, for example, this year I will study. I choose a topic every year, and I go deep in that topic. And for example, last year I studied about the prayer, a theological topic, and this year I will study. In fact, I started 10 days ago. I started to study consciousness, and that is one of my favorite topics. And that is in the field of in the branch of metaphysics or philosophy of mind. You can read about consciousness, and it's a really interesting topic. And I love that topic about the soul and consciousness. I love those topics.
Okay. That's so great. That's so interesting. Yeah, I think that it's good what you are doing because sometimes we don't question our beliefs. It's like I think that sometimes we take for granted like life or
Mm.
things that happens. We never we don't think about like why life works in that way, why people act in that way, or why I am believing this religion and not another religion. And I think that's something really cool when you start to like ask question about why this thing happen or why is the way that it works. Because sometimes I think that's why some people is like they don't see like life beautiful because it's like they feel empty. But I think that is because they lack this knowledge about existence or and it's good that you are doing your research.
Yeah,
Congrats.
in fact, I've struggled too much about my faith because uh, I tend to be skeptical. So that's why I studied apologetics to say this is truth. So that's what I have to believe in this, because this is the truth. No matter what I believe, no matter what I think, what are my emotions or feelings, that is the truth, independently of that. So that's why I I believe in Christianity, and but I have a struggle because I tend to be skeptical and to follow another path. But I say the evidence that doesn't lead to that place, so that's why I have to base my faith in Christianity
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
because of the evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, why is a magic question? Why is like magic word for us to acknowledge? And the answer is how. How we should solve that why question. Because when we have the question why, we should know the way how we know that. So for the first time also it's kind of when I have a lot of problem, why God give me problem like this one? I need the answer, so I looking for it, and then I said that how God, how please give me the direction. So that's why and how, it's like kind of science and religion, we need both support each other to answer the question. It's because when we always only say why, we never move and we never looking something. And when we say how, after we say why and we say how, it's totally you got everything that you need. It's because for everything in this world it's complete. So depend on us how we want to achieve that. Not only asking why, but we need to say how we achieve that. Everything has answer. Every problem, every question in this world, we have answer. And then how our progress itself. But we need why, like Francisco mentioned before, because why is the first step that we want to achieve the new knowledge. And then how is the second movement to achieve that. Okay, thank you so much. And oh God, one question, 41 minutes. We still have 3 questions. It's okay. Victor. Anna, do you want to say something?
No, I just want to say just only one question, but we go deeply. It's good.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's why I don't invite a lot of participants, so we can discuss like clear in that question. So not only sometimes when we have a lot of people for discussion, I think I still want to add something, but our time is up. It's because have
Yeah.
limitation and well.
I
Okay. So next, Victor, next question.
Okay, next question. It's do you think existing has an objective meaning? Yeah, for sure. I think we were created by God and for His will. Because we have a purpose here in our lives. Uh, for example, uh, God did not create the earth simply for nothing. Imagine if God created us only for feel bad things. It's not good. It's not lovely, and it's not how do you say uh, for me it's not good because we have a purpose. He made our planet to be a comfort and permanent home for us, for humans. And even though scientists revealed that Earth it's unique because there is there are another planets that we can live there. No, it's impossible. even though the human try to live the Earth, try to live on another planet, it's impossible because our planet it's unique. Imagine that, guys, our planet is in a specific way because it's not close uh, and far the sun. Imagine our planet is close to the sun. We can live in here, or it's far to the sun. Also, we can live in here because the conditions uh, doesn't be isn't gonna be good for us. For that reason, I think that we have purpose here. It's for God's will, and only the human are lost. But it's normal that when you are trying to find the way or the truth in your life, you can ask questions. It's a normal. You try to find the answers. It's good. And Brian say something. It's about the Bible. It's a good research to find the truth. In my case, I believe the Bible says, and I believe that the nature is the evidence that reflect the the power of God. It's my answer, Hidayah.
Yeah, I do believe that God created something, it has reason. For example, like when God created the problems, so God teach us how we solve the problems, how we become strong, how we become more wise than before. So, but sometimes people cannot accept that. It's because they thought that's it too much. I think it's not too much, but how we can accept that, we can manage. For be honest, this topic, the question number 2, I just learned recently this year, last year, December 2023, that I explore about why God put us in this way, why God give me the problem. Because, for example, if you always happy with life without problem, it means where is your art? It means like where is your color of your life? So how you can feel that you are healthy without sick? How you can feel that you are rich if you never feel in the poor way? How you can feel that you are full if you are never get hungry? How you can feel about happiness if you never feel in the sadness? But everything we should manage by ourselves in our life. So both of them also, yeah, include back, we back to the science and the God again. Everything, it has reason. Okay, Victor, how about Luis? The question number 2.
Okay, Hidayah. Well, since we were creating in heaven, I said, like innocent spirit, we live in the kingdom of heaven many centuries, infinite eternity, says God. We were like children when they are little children, they are innocent. So we live in in the kingdom of heaven for eternity, right? We being innocent, we are not forbidden anything. We are free. We can go anywhere we like. We pass from planet to planet, from sun to sun. In the kingdom of heaven exists everything that our mind can imagine. Everything that our mind cannot imagine also exists. That means that even fantasy exists in the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because everything comes out from a God who is infinite. Infinite means that everything can exist and in any place, because God revealed in this revelation that planets born from a single idea. An idea is a new planet in the future. And this future planet will be has the psychology, the philosophy that one gives to that idea. Our ideas don't die. They exist. They go up to the universe. And from that idea born a new planet in the eternity. Not right now, in the eternity. Because one idea is like a seed of a plant, right? So if one idea is a seed, everything that we can imagine will be even the worst idea we have or the wonderful idea we have are going to exist in the future in the universe with that same philosophy, right? So everything we can imagine will be existing in the future. And God said, nobody is unique, because before us human beings, there existed infinite other beings who also imagine that being. So what human being calls fantasy, theory, whatever exists in the universe. So we living in the universe, we living in the kingdom of heaven. God called the kingdom of heaven the macrocosm, where everything is gigantic, where the suns are of different colors, infinite colors. We as human beings are very limited. We know just some colors, but that doesn't mean that are the only colors. Exist infinite colors in the universe. So infinite suns exist in the macrocosm. We are in a microcosm, tiny microcosm. So we living in the kingdom of heaven. We know that exists life also in the microcosm. God called that planet the planet of the flesh, where existing a almost unknown kind of life called human beings. Human beings are almost unknown in the kingdom of heaven. Our planet is almost unknown in the kingdom of heaven. Only some prophets know the planet Earth, because the universe is full of planets. Even other planets Earth, infinite planet Earth, and other kinds of planets. So the question is, do you think existence has an objective meaning? Yes. And that meaning is to know the infinite universe, to know everything. And if the universe is infinite, we need infinite life. So reincarnation is a way to know everything, because one single existence is not enough to know everything. We need infinite existence. And as spirits, we are infinite. There are a question I want to say to you. Are we body with a soul, or with our spirit, or we are spirit with a body? Do you understand the question?
Yeah. I think spirit with body. In my answer, spirit with body. Because why my answer spirit with body? Because God put human spirit in our body to process when they are in the earth and has limitation. But the spirit itself, we don't have limitation, because after we die, that we believe in God, so God will take it back. So it means like the body, it's only temporary, and the spirit is we never
Eternal.
die. Belong to God.
Okay, that's correct. We are a spirit with a body. We requested the body to come down here to the planet Earth. The body is just like a tool, right? The spirit, we are the spirit, we are like a driver,
Yeah.
of our body. So we requested God to come down here to know the human life, to know everything that exists in this planet and every sensation we have in our daily life. Because, for example, being in the kingdom of heaven, we unknown all the sensation we have. Maybe sadness, even not to see God is a requested, is a request. Even everything we have in life is a test. God called human life the test of life, the test of the human life. So our objective meaning to life is to know what we unknown. That's my answer. Thank you, Hidayah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also thank you for the question. It just remind me a long time ago that our body is like our transportation that travel time to time. It means like travel when we since our baby, toddler, teenager, adult, and until we passed away. So body without soul is nothing, but soul without body is a thing. Thank you so much for remind this again. Okay, how about Aina?
Well, in my opinions, everything exists have an objective and subjective too. For example, like me, I am exist just because my mom and my dad they get married. But I have a question. My three generation, my grandpa, or many generations before me, 1,000 years ago, maybe God make them exist. So that is objective. You know, 1,000 years ago, we are not developed, or we don't have a modern society to live like nowadays. So why they are exist? Why God creates the animal, the tree, humans, or many things, the river, the mountain? Why like that? Why like this? And I believe maybe 1,000 years ago, God created everything that is objective. Yeah. And why just only people, just only human, we have a consciousness, we have a mindset. Sometimes, but the animal or fish or tree, they don't have the feeling like a human. Why? So I don't know. So I think that everything exists because God creates many things, and with a people, with a human, God we give them the consciousness to develop mindset. That is a gift. So we can live, we can feeling, but the dog or the fish, a cat cannot like that. Yeah, sometimes I think that a dog have consciousness, but according to scientists, they are no. So I have many questions about existence. Why the human we are like that? We have both hands, a leg. Why the finger have a 5 finger? Why my arm have a finger? That is maybe have to easy to provide survival, to eating, to hunting, to walking. That is subjective. So many questions, and if I cannot understand something, I think that is objective. So to me, both of them, everything have an objective and subjective too. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
that depends on your statement why God create the animal without thinking. In my opinion, if all animals like human, maybe the world will disaster. So it means like God create everything, it because has reason to complete each other. For example, like when animal has a feeling, they will run away when we want to eat them, want to catch them as food. So that's why, for example, like we want to eat chicken, the chicken has feeling like human. And then know about, for example, like you want to hunt the chicken and you want to eat. Of course, the chicken will run away. So that's why in my answer, so that's why God created the animal without mind. It's because for complete the human being live in this world. So everything has a reason.
That's because of God. God just
Yeah.
only give you a gift about the mindset, feeling, but not give a chicken. So that is a kind of God create the kitchen objective. No, sorry, subjective for you because you already know chicken will be a food for the human. So should only human have consecutive. Sorry, consciousness, mindset and thinking. And yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, Anna, thank you. And how about Brian? Where are you?
Yeah,
Sorry, I was a little busy.
Oh,
Well, about
okay.
the second question, right?
Yes.
yeah, tough question.
Yes. The second one or the first one?
The second one.
Do
But
you think
Anna put in
existence
the
has-
first one in objective
Yeah,
meaning.
the
The
first
accident
on
has
the
objective
Well,
meaning.
my answer is yes. I think there is a meaning, a purpose for our existence. So, and what is that mean? My answer is yes. There is an objective meaning, and because I believe God has a purpose for His creation, and in particular for human beings. And I believe that God wants, in fact, that is what Christianity teaches, that God wants to have a relationship with His creatures. So, given that God is love, He wants to share that with His creatures, with us. So he wants our well-being, and he was the best for us, but not the best in our from our perspective, but from his perspective. Because, for example, about what we were talking about a few minutes ago about the suffering, for example, and pain. One says, one asks, why does God allow evil? Why does he allow that in my life, for example? So because we cannot understand, because we are limited, our understanding is not like his. And I believe that his purpose is to have a relationship with his creatures, with human beings, because he wants the best for us. And I don't know if some of you know a thinker called C.S. Lewis. He wrote a book that is called The Chronicles of Narnia. C.S. Lewis, and another book called Mere Christianity. And C.S. Lewis said that God cannot give us any good apart from himself, because he is the maximum good for us. He is our life. He is our greatest treasure, because he is our creator. And so, and there was another thinker, Augustine. I don't know if you know about him. And he says, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they find the rest in you." And what does that mean? That if we don't know God, I mean, not just in an intellectual way, in a, mere intellectual way, but in a relationship, we have not found the meaning of the purpose of life, because he wants us to be his children, to have that fellowship with us. That is the word, fellowship. He wants to have fellowship with us because he loves us. So, and for example, when I know God in a personal way, and when I have fellowship with him, so I have to make him know to another people, so other people can know him, because that is the best for them as well. Because he is the creator. So that is what I believe about our existence. That's what I exist, that's what I live, and that's what he wants me to do for him, to make him known in this world.
Yeah, I do agree that God give us something. It's depend on the best in the God way, not in our way. But we are human. We have a lot of temptation that we sometimes need more and more, and depends on our willingness. And that's why sometimes we refuse. Oh God, why you give me this problem and blah blah blah. And also, yes, I do agree that we are human being. Our mind we have limitation. We cannot reach what God wanted. So that's why so that's why that's why in my religion also, you should learning every day, all the time, until you pass away. So the the true rules. So it means like never stop learning. So it means like keep learning until in the end of your day. So it means like keep learning, and learning. It's because we have limitation, and kind of that we are. And my teacher also said to me that human created the first purpose to learning, read and learning. It's because in that way you will understand why you live, why God give you the temptation, why you should pass in this situation. So you will accept about God's willingness. Oh, and in the end, after you learning, oh, so this is the God's wanted. It because sometimes God gives prizes but the cover by the problem. I ever faced this a lot of experiences. Sometimes I said, God, why you give it to me like this one? But in the next day, oh God, you give me a surprise. So it's like, why yesterday I said like this one and that one. It feel like I feel sorry for myself. So since that day, I never, I never refuse or never say that why and why again, but I say always thank you. Even though in the hard situation, now I can change my mind. It's because of that. It's because everything God give us is for the best. For example, like I met someone that, and then they left me, and then why they left me, for example, oh, the other day I will give the new news that, oh, that one that people don't good for you, it's because blah blah blah. Oh, I see that. So it means like everything has reason. So don't ask why again when in this life happen, because God always gives surprise all the time. Okay, Victor, wait a minute. You can give the video like that. We still have to question. I don't know if we'll finish or not. Okay, Francisco. After Francisco, Victor will give the question, the
Uh,
video.
yeah, for me, I think that existence has a purpose and objective, because we need all the things that we have. For example, we need animals, we need trees, we need mountains, we need all that kind of stuff. So everything, every person, every animal, every plant has like a purpose to be there. And that's so great because we all coexist like in the same place, in the same planet. So as long as you do the right thing, I think that everything is gonna be fine, everything's gonna be great. But if you wanna act in a really bad way, probably that's not like your real purpose. Um, but I mean, I don't really have like a like you guys like a really philosophical knowledge. I think that I don't really know about that. Uh, I don't have like a sources information. But yeah, that's all. Well, I'm just saying the what I think. And yeah, I think that every person has a purpose to be here. Everyone has a reason to be here. Uh, yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Francisco. Okay, so for why God created mountain in science way, in science research, that why there are a lot of mountain, because mountain for example, like if the part of house as the nail to connect, it's because the magnet will be connect to the universe. So it means like without nail, this word will turn around so fast without a rem. So it means like without stopping. So is the mountain is like the nails. And also the science in the science explanation for the thunder, why God created thunder. Thunder is kind of energy to recover that something fall apart in our sky, because every day we have produced the pollution, and the pollution itself will tear apart the gravitation between the earth and the out space. So that's why the thunder is like a kind of the source to recover, repair, like that. I ever discussed this topic with my friend, but I actually want to invite my friend. But as you know, in Indonesia, we are 10 a.m. So she is work in the office, so I cannot invite. Okay, Victor, do you want to share the video? Yeah, sure.
But so shy.
Yeah, yeah, guys.
Why everyone so serious?
No, only I was waiting for before to finish and hear all your answers, guys. This video, it's actually I have any video about any question, but only I decided to one video because it's about the last. I think it's the last question. It's about the meaning of life. I think it's important, and the the meeting today with Hidayah is interesting, and we can agree in many things. I think so. And so that video it's about what is the meaning of life. It's a short video. I hope you enjoy.
All human life, what we do, experience, and feel, happens here, in a small corner of the universe. The more we learn, the more we wonder about the world and our place in it. Does life have a purpose? Where did life come from? Why are we here? We may look for meaning in the path we choose in life, one that makes a difference in the world, or that might provide us with a secure future. And we may center our life on close relationships with family and friends. But do these things in themselves bring lasting satisfaction? Often, the most we can hope to accomplish is to leave behind a fading memory of who we were and what we did. What is the key to finding lasting enjoyment and purpose in life? The Bible says that we are created with a spiritual need, just like our need for food. If we do not satisfy our spiritual hunger, we will never feel truly fulfilled. God invites us to know Him, and through His Word, the Bible, to learn how to get the most out of life. He says, I, Jehovah, am your God, the one teaching you to benefit yourself, the one guiding you in the way you should walk. If only you would pay attention to my commandments, then your peace would become just like a river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. To worship God and to benefit from His guidance is the real purpose of life. And He doesn't want our life to end. If we accept that truth, we can have a life with real purpose, both now and forever. To learn more about what the Bible says about this and many other topics, go to jw.org.
It's a short video. It's about last question. I think it's important because someone said ask when you has a question about the life, it's essential to find the answer. Even though if you are adult, so perhaps you feel like foolish when you try to ask someone, and you don't want to be like that you don't know about the life, but it's important to find the answer. I think our purpose of life or we have a purpose in life. It's by guidance of God, and for me, it's important to share with the people, where all people what the Bible say, and I hadn't the opportunity to share with you guys, because in the English class, it's impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
it's the topic. It's controversial. Yeah, but it's good. So I really appreciate that meeting, Hidayah.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree that actually talking about God, not that bad. Like Luis, I discussed with Luis before, not that bad. But we back to that personality about yourself. If you are open-minded, people is okay. But we are in the group. We have a lot of people, 100 participants, and some of them, of course, they will stand for their God. They want to stand that their God is the best and blah blah blah. But and in the end, will what will happen for the next, right? So that's why it's impossible for talk about God in big community. Okay, well, I think we can move last question. Okay. Do you think you are exist in this world? Why or why not? In your life. Okay, start from Brian. Hello, Juan. You just finished your class?
Yes, Hidayah.
Yeah, I will
I'm
back to you
finished.
later. Okay, Brian. In your life, do you think that you are exist in this world? Why and why not?
I don't understand the question. Can you rephrase it?
It
Please,
means
could you?
like, do you think yourself, you are exist in this world? If you think that you are exist, why and why not?
If, oh, I mean, if I am real,
Yes.
okay, okay then.
I know
Yeah,
this question is a bit
this is about,
personal,
this is
but not
about my
talking
reason.
about intimacy, personality, no, but a bit talking personal. Do you
This
think
is
in
about
your opinion?
a
Yeah.
debate on this topic. It's religion and philosophy. Yes, but I think, yes, I do. I think because there are some beliefs that we cannot deny. For example, our own existence. So I know there are philosophers, some people who think maybe we are in the matrix and something like that. But I think that's why we need to use reason, because when you use reason and logic, you understand that you exist and there is a path, and you don't have to give a proof on that, because, for example, we can see you. So I believe that I do exist, for example. I believe so. Yes, that's my answer.
Yes. Yeah, but for people, some of people will deny their existence in this world. Some of denial some part, including myself. I will tell you later after hearing from all your answer. Thank you so much, Brian. How about Juan?
For me, the word exists or not exists, I think
Do
that
you think?
this is one illusion. This one illusion, and this illusion, you create this illusion in your dreams, and your dreams make the reality in this moment. I think the things they exist in this world, all people they create these things. and use your imagination for the creation of these things or one illusion
Mhm.
for me.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you, Juan. How about Francisco?
Yeah, I think that for me, I exist, but I don't know why.
Why
I
you
don't know
don't know
the reason,
why?
but I just know that I am here, that I am real, because my thoughts, my soul can affect other people. That would be like my main reason to say that I am real, that I really exist, because I know that I can, I don't know, convey some messages to other people. I know that I can love other people. I can feel them. They can feel me. Uh, they can get happy, angry with me, any emotion. So I think that's a proof that I am real. Uh, or sometimes I think the same, like what if this is not real? What if I don't know, I'm a crazy person in the street that is imagining all of this, but I don't know. So yeah, well, I hope that I am real. Yeah,
Okay,
I
you are
wish.
your real.
Well, I hope.
Beware for the fake
Yeah.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, how about Luis?
Okay. Do you think you are exist in this world? It's kind of question of matrix. Can you have you heard about matrix? Well, they say that we don't exist, right? That reality is just illusion or something like that. Well, and maybe in some percentage they have reason because God says life is just a dream. Life is just like a dream. Why? Because the real life is spiritual. We were spiritual creatures in the end, in deeply, because we were created as spirit. So our travel, our walk in the universe is relative. Our our material life is relative. We are Our real life is spiritual. When we die, we return to the spiritual realm. Everything we have lived in life, everything we have experienced in life, everything we we have uh, feel in sensation. That is why we bring for us. That is why it is valuable for us in life. Everything material, that's that's that we cannot bring it to up above. So what we what we bring with ourselves is what we are learning, experience, right?
Mhm.
And the development of the virtues, because like human beings, as human beings, we were granted by God with three 618 virtues to be developed in daily life, right? Everything good is a virtue. So we need to develop that virtue in every day, in every moment. In any instant, we are being tested between bad and evil. Sorry, between good and evil. So we make use of that virtues. The contrary to the virtues is the opposite, right? So we make decision what we use in daily life. So the life is a dreaming because we are um, we are embodied in a body, right? So our senses are limited. We as human beings, we have just 5 senses, right? But that exists when we die, we are free from the body and we can travel at the speed of the light. We can go to the future, to the past. We can go in a wink of a sight everywhere, right? We learn in the spiritual realm also. So yes, we exist as human beings, but we also exist as spirits
Yes.
to learn. Thank you, Hidayah.
Yeah, I do agree that, for example, like a good spirit, it's come from a good body. For example, like a body, our transportation, it will influence our spirit. For example, like when we do the good things, of course, our spirit will more healthy. But it's like the food also influence, and for our habit, our behavior also influence our soul. So that's why a lot of case in this world that why people denial of their destiny, it's because they are don't have a healthy spirit. Why they don't have healthy spirit? Because they not consume the healthy spirit for the good way. For example, like food including behavior also impact. For example, like do the good things impact for our healthy spirit. Good food also influence for our good spirit. So that's why that's we're saying your behavior, your food are your behavior. So I ever experienced on this. So yeah, it's true. Now I'm trying to change my food also. It's really influence for my life, because like in our Bible also it was written, even for my Bible also I do believe that a good spirit come from your behavior. For example, like if you do the bad things, of course your spirit will not as healthy as a good behavior. And it was written, and who will come to heaven? So who people that has good spirit and good behavior. Because why they say spirit first, like we just discussed before, because spirit without soul is a thing, but soul without spirit is nothing, like that. So that's why spirit is the first. Okay, Victor, how about you? Do you think that you are exist in this world?
For sure.
For
Yeah.
sure. Why?
Yeah, because I'm here. I'm talking. I'm feeling. Yeah. I'm living here on the earth. Yeah, I'm living here. I'm a human. I'm coupled to feel all the taste of food, breath. So yeah, I'm here. I'm here in the earth with a purpose. Yeah, like Francisco said.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
exist. Okay, how about Anna? Anna.
Yes. Yeah, my answer is yes.
Yes.
Like Francis, I am here. You are listen to me. You can see me. So it means I am exist in the
Mhm.
world. But maybe the question is how? How do I exist? Maybe sometimes I feel happy, sometimes I feel sad. I don't want to exist with many bad emotions or bad situation. I want to exist with a happy life and with many nights I can have achieved in the world. So how can I exist and what will I do to have meaning when I exist? Maybe that is the question. And we are exist doesn't mean we exist in a meaning or helpful for society. No, the first for yourself, and the second for your family, and the next for society. It just exists. Just only we exist without a meanings life. So we are like animal, like a dog, like a cat. We just exist, but we don't do anything. We don't feeling anything. So to become a have a meanings exists. So what will we do and how? That is my questions, and I have to answer this. And one of them maybe learn English, working, try to find something and to achieve it. Yeah. So about the questions, I say yes, but how and what I will do to have it, to have exist, and we actually exist in the world for a short time with some people, some year, a couple year with some people is 100 year. So time is limited. So we are trying to exist with a meaning life in the world. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I do agree that. Okay, so it's time for my answer. Do you think you are exist in this world? Yes, I do exist in this
Yeah.
world. I claim that I'm exist, but like Anna mentioned before, that we have limitation of existence in every situation. For example, like in friendship, we have limitation. It's because people, the times we grow up, people will come and go. It's because they have to work or they have the family and other things. But for be honest, if a long time, no, not long time ago, but still last year, I still denial about existence of love. Like Francisco mentioned before, that if you are exist, you should love. It's because God created us. It's because of love, right? I really, it's because I denial about love. Why? I just afraid. I have many friends before, so they just left me. It's because we have different things to do. We have our different job and we have different activities. So that's why I kind of person that really afraid of that. So that's why. But recently I learned about that. Yeah, I do exist. A lot of people avoid me because sometimes I really idealist about talking of something. It's because in my life, I'm kind of person that has principle. For example, like if I want to have if I my answer, for example, like existence about this one, yeah, it should be the answer this one, because we cannot we cannot denial, because once you have principle, your life will be easy and your life more be safe. So that's why a long time ago I denial about existence of love. I don't believe that friend is friend, no need to love. But that's why my friend, a lot of friend teach me how to be disgrace for my idealism, and now I learned a lot also. So yeah, I do believe that. Okay, well, thank you so much. That's my answer. Before we close our meeting, any additional from everyone? Okay, Brian.
Yeah, I want to know if we will have more sessions like this
More
because
session. Yeah.
it's
Okay, so
interesting
what
to
what
find
kind of
people.
topic that you wanted for the next for
It's interesting to find people who who like to discuss those topics with respect, and it's really interesting. So um and it was an interesting experience and interesting session to have this space to discuss those topics. And I would
Mhm.
like, but I don't know if I have, I don't have too much free time, and it's hard to have any space to do this. But uh, if I can, I will do my best in order to join. But I would like to know. And thank you guys. It was a really interesting discussion. I really appreciate that. And thank you
Yeah.
for taking me into account.
Yeah, likewise.
Perhaps next time, for be honest, I still have the discussion, this kind of this topic, but it's more kind of life for the topic of life. But I don't know for the time, because I also still I discussed with Prof. Dennis should have another topic and should have another participant for participate, but not in this topic. This topic, I believe in this group, in these people, because we never fighting about you are the best and you are the bad. No, so it means like we just sharing with discussion that we are human being. We need to learn more from others. Okay, Brian, thank you so much. I will arrange the meeting for that and I will give it to know later. Okay, Francisco, what is it?
Well, yeah, I would like to add that today I really love to discuss about existentialism because, well, it's a really good subject. And I think that today I couldn't share a lot of things because I don't really have the knowledge to discuss about it. But I can
Together,
say that I
remember?
learned a lot. I learned a lot from you guys, and that was so great. That was so interesting to see your insights, your points of view. I really love what Brian shared. Um, so yeah, for me, these meetings are really good, are really great. So next time, if you guys are gonna host another meeting, yeah, I'm in. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, wow. I will arrange that. No, no worries, Francisco. We even though for me, I'm still learning. So we are learn together. Okay, Anna.
Wow, to me, Ari, your topic is difficult for me because I don't read the book about this topic, so I just give my answer based on my opinion. But I'm really my pleasure to be here, and I would like to enjoy the next the meeting. So please inform me information about the next meeting. Okay, thank you, everyone. And next time, don't be late, John Franco.
He has another class for Spanish
Ah,
for today.
yeah.
Okay,
Have a good.
Brian, thank you so much. He wants to leave the meeting, want to do other thing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye bye, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Have a good
Thank you,
day.
Hidayah. Thank you.
Okay, so Luis, any additional?
Oh, okay. Well, I was happy to be here with you, and I want to thank you for inviting me. And At the same time, I want to congratulate you because you have the initiative to take this issue, very important for me, the spiritual issues. So I am happy to be here and share with you what I know. Thank you, Hidayah.
Yeah, thank you for coming and remind me my old old lesson. Thank you so much. How Victor?
Well, only I want to say thank you, Hidayah, for inviting me here. And yeah, I really enjoy this meeting because, like I said before, sometimes it's impossible to share with another people in another country so about my belief. But I think about I'm studying every day. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we learn together here. Juan, thank you so much. Better late than never.
Yes, thank you, Hidayah, for your
Oh,
invitation, and for me it's very interesting this kind the topic. I'm sorry, it's very interesting.
okay, well, thank you so much for coming and thank you so much for sharing. And see you next time. I will give invitation again like usual, and I will arrange the time so we can meet together like this one. Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a
you.
good day from my side
But
and
this
good
man,
evening from you.
this man.
Bye.
Yes,
See
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
you.
Bye.
much. Have a good
Bye.
day.
Bye.